spoon. You want to know what is happening, Moravia, Tunto spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just Tunto spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, Tunto spoon. Tunto spoon. Tunto spoon. You from Fonjema, Maryland, Tunto spoon. Tunto spoon. If you eat kepan, congratulate my brother, Tunto spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, Tunto spoon. Tunto spoon. You wanna get a news update, Tunto spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, 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 kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you got today? Spoon TV. Spoon. Yes, what you got today? Spoon TV, Spoon Bada 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 bada. Skibidi bidi da bado. Spoon TV, Spoon Entertainment. Kua. Bese kua kudileo.
Yes, I, a special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band, charges on the beat.
On the spoon to get your information. On the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon television. Spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just Tunto spoon, you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just Tunto spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, Tunto spoon. You want to know what is happening, Moravia, Tunto spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just Tunto spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, Tunto spoon. Tunto spoon. Tunto spoon. You from Fonjema, Maryland, Tunto spoon. Tunto spoon. If you eat kepan, congratulate my brother, Tunto spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, Tunto spoon. Tunto spoon. You wanna get a news update, Tunto spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, 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 kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you got today?
Spoon TV, Spoon.
Yes, what you got today?
Spoon.
Bese
Spoon TV,
bada 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 bada. Skiddy biddy biddy da bado.
Okay, listen. To fit in as my name is Yekezi Zobe, and of course, be there as we are here to provide you all of the best. So again, welcome wherever you are and whatever you are doing. This is
Yes, I, a special
we have
one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon.
this.
And your boy,
That's it.
Friday the South and Band. Charges on the beat.
To the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be part of our discussion.
Okay, so welcome, and I see Dr. Richardson in the back. Dr. Richardson, welcome.
You can see hello. Oops. Okay. I thought I was on mute. Long time no see. How you doing?
I'm good. How yourself?
Awesome, awesome. It's an interesting Saturday. Lots of graduation parties are going on. So right after the show, I'm rushing to a party. But it's good to be here. I want to say hello to all Liberians who are listening, and some of you are watching on Facebook. It's great to be here. It's a beautiful Saturday in my neck of the wood. The sun is shiny, it's breezy. I was out there planting a little bit, just planting my flowers. I was able to cut the lilies that are coming out. So I was able to cut some of the lilies and bring them into the house, like put them in a jar, make a flower bouquet. They look so beautiful. So, how are you? What's going on in Liberia?
Well, I'm good. There are a lot of trending happenings in Liberia right now, ranging from the arrival of the president.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yes, after.
You can see you went mute on me. I don't know what happened.
Oh, okay. Are you getting me
Now
now?
you better. You better. Yes. Oh, you still muted. Muted. You still muted. I can't hear you. You muted. I can't hear you. I don't know if you agree. Now I can hear it. I can hear the music. When you speak, I can't hear you. I can only hear the music. I don't know what's going on. Can't hear you. I don't know. Are you guys hearing? Okay, people are saying you are muted. Yeah, I can see. So we heard the music. You were great when we first started, but I don't know what happened.
Are you hearing me now?
Yes, I am, but not very low. You're low. Can you put some volume?
Okay. Good now?
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
You're good
So
now, but it's not. You're a little low.
let me just go in the back to do some quick adjustment to come back.
Okay, no problem. So today, we're expected to have Sajo on. Sajo is the uh, Gambian woman who wrote the president uh, of Liberia, and that is the reason why she's coming on today. Her child's, I don't know, if it's a boy or girl, but her child's husband was here Ambassador Kebby. He was here not long ago, and he had a story to tell. And Sajo has been after a Spoon when her story initially broke out, and she wanted to come on. But Spoon, we don't usually get into these types of story. But the only reason why we are talking about it because it became political is we're not even I don't care so much about the family affairs and all of that stuff. That's the private life, but it became a political story when Sadr sent a letter to President Joseph Boakai and the First Lady Katuma Boakai, uh, who she said that she was maltreated by two of the UP-led officials in the government in the name of Magdala Cooper and Ambassador Kebi. So she actually stated that she and Mr. Kebi had been together for a while, and she didn't think that the president should have these two officials in the government. So this is why it became political for us. This is why we're discussing this matter on the show. It's not that we want to be involved in people's personal life. So she is here today. She's going to be our guest. She's going to be presenting her story. And we are going to just talk to her a little bit. And then I'm sure there's a lot of other interesting things that will be happening in Liberia. This is an opportunity for her to share her story. She said it was not fair that Spoon allowed Miss Ambassador Kebi to share his story on the program, and we didn't give her an opportunity to share her story. So this is why we are here today. Personally, as I've said before, and I want you to take this message home with you. I really don't not interested in people's personal life, contrary to what many of you think. Many of us panelists here want to stick with the issues that are important to Liberia. But when we have somebody writing our president to tell them their concerns about two of the appointees in the government, two of the president's appointee in the government, then it becomes a concern of all Liberians. And this is why we are going to give her an opportunity for her to share her story. So that's the reason why we're here. She will be here today. I actually don't have much to say besides that I will be here. The panelists which will join me. We thought about this. This was a decision that you know wasn't easy to make. That we talked about this, and let's hear what she has to say. Basically, we gave her husband an opportunity to talk. This is Spoon. A lot of people want to come and air their concerns on Spoon. I know she talked about this at in other platform, which is okay. That's her choice. And so we had been resisting this for a while. We really had been resisting for a while. I see Mommy Esther Tarpey, you said we don't want to spoil our show of boyfriend, girlfriend, wife issues. That is not the point. I'm sorry, Mommy. I know as I'm repeating myself that she actually sent a letter to the president by way of airway. And that's the only reason why we're having this show. And actually, the reason why her husband came on the show was to announce that Mandela is his wife. That's the person who he's chose to be his wife. That's it. And we wanted to put an end to this. There's a baby crying in the background or something. Yeah. A child. I heard a child noise. So I think that's the problem in the studio. So once we get that taken care of, so yes. So I was explaining to you that's the reason why we had him on the show and to talk about being an ambassador to youth and sports in the country. So that's the reason why she's here. It's only fair, basically, from a female's perspective, that she come and tell her story. She felt like. Her husband didn't tell her story. He told his story. So this is where we're going to leave it. This is exactly where we're going to leave it. But I'm sure there's a lot of other things that are going on in the country that are of concern to many of us. So Oscar Wise King is said, you guys can really act different sometimes. Why give another woman space to talk about her personal life in another country, and why she cannot go say that in her country? I don't know. Ask her if you know if she said anything in her country. I don't follow the story. I don't know if she said anything in her country. That'd be a good question to ask her. But again, this is a national issue for us because, again, I said the reason why she came is because she wrote a letter to the news media. All of the news media in the country were talking about how she wrote this letter to the president, telling our president that two of his appointees in his government um, were, behaving inappropriately or were maltreating her. This is the word that she used. She wanted to catalog her deal to the president, um, and told them her concerns, and she'll be telling you that here. So again, I don't follow these type of stories. It's not my cup of tea. Uh, and she just and she felt like it wasn't fair to her. So this is why we're bringing her on here today. Um, so Grace, are you okay now? You can see.
You getting me right?
Yes, now I'm getting you.
Okay.
I'm getting you. Um, so I'm just reading some of the comments. You can see I'm just responding to some of the comments where people Patrick, your point is well taken. Patrick Beeman said let the woman go to court. I'm sure she's going to discuss that here as well. Again, as according to her, we gave her husband an opportunity to discuss her on the show, so she feel it is only befitting for us to do that. So that's it. Again, this became a national issue when she sent a letter to our president, mentioning her ordeal, talking about there's two senior members of the Buckeyes government who are involved in bigamy, and she believes that that should be against the value of the president. So I'm just basically reading the letter she wrote, the letter that was circulating, and while we're bringing her here, she felt like she was maltreated by this her husband, and also two of his officials in the government, and that's the reason why she's here today. Spoon is not a courthouse, but Spoon gave people the opportunity to talk about the issue, especially if it's political. Now you will be the one to decide. You can decide to listen to what she has to say and make a decision about it. You can decide whether it's in the interest of the Liberian people or not. You know this matter. That is not my decision. But I believe that giving her an opportunity to hear her out on Spoon. Spoon is the biggest platform in the country, it's the biggest network. Everybody wants to come on Spoon. And so if you don't, you can go all over, all around. If you don't come on Spoon, it's as if you have not said anything. And this is why she is coming on to say her side of the story. Now it's up to you to listen to her, and make your own decision. That's all we can do here. Okay. Um, yeah, Cassie, I'm going to let you tell us. I know you are beginning to tell us that the president arrived in the country today.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
So the president arrived in the country just a few hours ago, about two hours ago now, via the Roberts International Airport. As you may know, the president was invited to the Republic of Korea by the Korean leader to attend the inaugural edition of the Korea Africa Summit that was held from June 4 to the 5th. And this was an event that brought together heads of states, from various countries, high-level business leaders, and as well as leaders in other sectors of the world. And upon his arrival today at the Roberts International Airport, the president participated in a business summit in Liberia, and he later engaged in a reception that was hosted by a Korean leader. And following these events, he addressed the plenary of the Korea Summit, and he held bilateral meetings with his counterparts and several other business meetings there in South Korea that might be beneficial to Liberia. But just before his arrival, 5 hours ago, there was a press release. There's a press release on the executive mansion Facebook page, and is captioned "Government of Liberia signed 7 memorandum." That's memoranda of understanding for the improvements of the agriculture, food production, energy, water, financial investment sectors. And this is as a result of the president's visit to South Korea. So, if you don't mind, I can read a little bit of this press statement.
Yes, yeah, because go ahead. That's important. Go ahead.
Yeah. So it says, President Joseph Yuma Boakai Sr.'s visit to the Republic of Korea has led to a significant milestone as the National Investment Commission, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and the Ministry of Agriculture have signed 7 memoranda of understanding with Korean multinational companies. And these agreements are poised to bring about substantial improvements and developments in key sectors. Upon implementation, these MOUs will ensure a more robust and reliable energy sector through the provision and development of solar energy power plants, investment in agricultural research to enhance food productivity and seed development, and the supply of prepaid meters to facilitate easy and unhindered access to water supply. Additionally, these MOUs involved significant investments in the financial sector and job creation ventures, among several other impactful initiatives. The involved companies include, but not limited to, the Dahan Smart Meter Coal, Samdu Electric Energy, Korea Agro Fisheries and Food Trade Corporation, Korea SOVA R&D, the Africa Korea Economic Development Association, and MIC Group. They are all aligned and committed to making a substantial difference. And speaking on behalf of the Liberian government, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Dean of the Cabinet, Madam Sarah Beslo Yanti, conveyed unwavering confidence and enthusiasm in the robust engagement of the delegation, as these were also an outcome of the preparatory meetings and the business and investment roundtables led by the foreign minister. So it's actually a long release, but that's the basic content of it.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I can see that's great. That's good news for Liberia. We are going to be getting, some relief in the agriculture area based on the memorandum of understanding that was signed. You can see just told us that there was 7 of them signed in agriculture, energy, job creation. I'm sure they're interrelate to infrastructure development and all of what have you. So that basically is good news for Liberia. I would like to recommend that when 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 the implementation of this MOU is happening in the country, I believe that it will be so helpful for the government to show us step by step, how these things are beneficial, and that this is the result of the communication, the MOU with Korea. We need to show that, because MOU without implementation is just dead to me. So basically, I think that's a good thing. Well, the president appears to be very busy. I mean, you said he went straight into another meeting when he got home.
Yeah. I know that was he participated in a business summit on Liberia, and he later
Oh,
engaged in
oh,
a research
oh, okay, okay. That
hosted
was that was when he
uh,
was in.
in Korea.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So today, we're gonna have other panelists joining us. We're just waiting for them to come in. And the guests will be coming in as well. The guest is, let me definitely look at my phone to know her name. But I want to give you her full name here. She is
Yeah,
Sajo
Sajo.
Chihuahua 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 Sajo Chihuahua. She is a Gambian diplomat with ties to Senegal, and she is based in France. So she is going to be our guest here today. Once again, like I said, she is basically going to be discussing her story. It's her story, not mine, and we'll be here to provide, her thoughts to the Liberian people. And it is up to you guys to decide. We're going to open the phone lines after she speaks her story. And this is why this platform is for Liberians. They will tell you exactly the people that will call in at different times. So be a part of that. If you have a thought, you are thinking one way or the other, call. Express your views. This is why we open the line and we allow people to express their views about how they feel about what Miss Sajo had to tell Liberians. We all can collectively share our opinion and have an impact. But if you're just thinking about something and you're alone talking, it's not going to happen. And by the way, I just wanted to say, you can see a lot of people I see sometimes people are writing that I was the question I was asked to Mr. Kibbe was a concern of mine, and his response that's long past. This is what I do. I was here a couple of days ago. I don't even remember that question. It has not even impacted me in any significant way. He's just revealed who he is as a person. I think that's from my training. When I asked that question and he answered, it tells me exactly who he is as a person. So I'm done with that. That's long past. It didn't take food out of my kid's mouth. I didn't stop working. I continued being who I was. I didn't stop my presentation on Spoon. It had no impact on me at all. Not zero impact. So I don't know. It's done. So yes. So to respond to those people who think that she's coming here because I want to get back at Mr. Kevin, no, I really don't know him. Don't care. I care about Liberia's business. That's it. That's what I care about. I see our CEO is in the back. Come on, come on. I can't talk plenty. Okay, you ready yet? Okay, that's good. Our
No, I
CEO is not
waited for
ready.
you. I was waiting for you to finish your
Thank you.
sermon, though.
Yeah, come rescue me here because
I waited for
usually,
you to finish your sermon.
yeah, I finished my sermon now. What sermon I appreciate? Was I appreciate about the Sunamite woman or what? The
No,
woman
you
who said
appreciate
all
about
is the woman who said all is well.
who's that
Her
woman?
son was
Yes.
dying and she said all is well. You
Nah,
remember that?
I don't know who's that.
Oh,
Her
okay.
son was dying, and she said all is well.
Yes, yes. It's the Sunamite woman in the Bible.
The Solomon and Elijah.
Yes.
I think the one I would love for you to preach is, neither do I condemn thee. Go and sin no more.
Uh-huh. And who said that?
I don't know. I mean,
Why are you
that would
saying
be
that? Who is
that would be a good sermon. Neither do I condemn thee. Go and sin no more.
that sounds good. I'm actually let me see.
Session.
I'm actually researching that. It
Yeah.
sounds so like Jesus. It sounds like something like Jesus would say.
Session. And there's another. You got to understand where we're coming from as a nation. Okay. A lot of people want to hear from Soja. The woman said, "But Dr. Richardson, let's say this though. I was about to go, just jump in the pool. It's so hot and just relax. Like, you can see that's all they're just trying to do, man. And the people calling me and say, listen, above all else, and I would take a position tonight like you have never seen before.
I
I
just read
will.
a story.
You heard my story, right?
I
Your
read what you
camera is your camera is blurred. Can
is
you?
it?
Yeah,
I think
I know you're trying to dress like, is that Tina Turner, or you trying to dress like, that's not Whitney Houston. I think that plenty hair, Hey, Fatima, please turn your stuff down off. You're coming to this. You are disturbing our audio. Yeah. But you can see, I'm serious, folks. Welcome to the Spoon Talk. I'm not too happy with the show today, but we'll go through it. I'm just, you can see, I'm asking a fair question. I know. Listen, guys. Yeah, it's better that Richard said. Listen, let me say this to everyone. What my business is that a man say, I marry you and I divorce you, I get a new woman. What my business in that one? What my business in that one? I just want everybody to just understand that's not my business. The man came on Spoon Talk, he said, my wife that my dad Cooper. Period. C'est fini. Finito. We move on.
how I feel.
We have so many women out there
That's it.
married, divorced, remarried, and and their life is so pleasant and happy. Maybe I'm missing something though. I know
Mema
the
just said that her
women.
business, CEO.
Excuse me.
Mema, she said that my business.
Mema.
She said that their business.
Yeah,
Mema
because they are all
Mensa.
Gila people. Not Mema Mensa. That's not Mema Mensa.
Look how
They
so
are
far
all,
people be like
Mema
they are
artist
all,
worth.
they are all Gila. They are all Gila people. They won't get here
Our
for the prize.
business.
They are all Gila people. Don't mind that thing. They listen. These people that are coming to say that their business, they are all here for the prize. They're not coming here to be part of the show. But I would say to everyone, I'm here. I got some questions. If you
you
have
do?
never ever, we know Glenny, she was married and her husband is in Liberia. Glenny not going around crying. Glenny, my sister. You know I love Glenny. I love this woman.
I ain't get husband. I ain't get no husband. I never had husband before. I ain't got husband now.
So you holding Mary full of grace. How you get the child son? How you get his son? How you get
That
his daughter?
miracle. I ain't get husband.
Oh, so the angel for Gabriel spoke to you. Glenny,
Yeah.
Glenny,
Yes.
hail
Yeah.
Glenny.
Yes.
The Lord have found favor in that side.
Yes.
Today thou shalt conceive.
Amen.
Amen. Yeah,
Amen.
right. What kind of Kali story is that? I was not even in the Bible.
Yeah, hello, yeah.
Yeah, well, you say, yeah, hello. Fadiga, welcome. Yeah, listen, if you get this, Mama Mensa, the men move on. Let her. Remember, that's the best. Remember, Mensa. I love that. Momo Menzi. I'm saying that's the name. Momo. The men move on. Let the woman move on. What's the story? Can you bring her on? Let's do the thing quick. So all the water is cool and ready to be jumped into and swim. Can you bring your guests on? Because at the women's show today, that's my auto our own and go.
Yeah, we make sure that what you doing here.
Fatima, where your guest? Because the person that asked the woman
My
to come on
guest coming.
Soldier, all due respect, it was Fatima, Glenny, and Dr. Richardson.
Can you
They
imagine?
created their own chat room. Fatiga, you know that they are not part of our chat room no more. They created their own chat room. Yeah, they created their own chat room. I begged them to put me in there. They said no. I don't care. I don't care. But we got to tell the people. Listen, I would say this, it will make a lot of people mad. I stand with Magdalena Cooper. I know you don't want me to take side. Magdalena, that's my sister. I stand with Magdalena. And I know you'll get mad. No disrespect to Sajo. If you want me to excuse myself from this show, I will. But Magdalena is a Liberian. She's my sister. We went to school together. I'll defend her to death. Let me be very clear on that one now, okay? I respect Sajo. I pray that she can move on. And I just pray that she live a better life that cannot come. But in this case, You guys stop texting me. I'm here ready. I stay with my sister Magdalena Cooper. She's a decent veteran woman. She has morals. She's serving the
Texting
people of
you.
Liberia with honor and respect. And I don't think she needs to be distracted. And so I will not fall for any distraction. I'm going to be respectful and ask Sergio my question. But I want Sergio to understand. I know I have spoken to her before. I know I have listened to her before. We on the show openly, but I see no fault in my data. Okay? Even if you made a mistake, your sister can tell your husband that before grand holding, nothing spoiled in that one. Okay? So it is why it is. It's up to the man. The man. Why you looking at me for? I say I'm here for her to talk. You want her to talk, right? You want to talk? Let's talk. Let me be that Uncle Sam. Don't give me a chance. Let me talk. Let me talk. Let me talk.
First of all, we did not invite our one. Don't call people
Jimmy
simply for one
Joe.
thing.
Yeah, that is Jimmy Jonathan.
I said
That's
no,
why
who invited a woman?
Fatima, it can be Asedo or Sidisha,
Make it say that
it
Fatima.
can be Joya, it can be anything. But I'm here to say, and I say strictly, I don't know where you stand. I don't want nobody texting me in the corner. I will not take any text messages from any of you.
Who
That
texted
Rich is saying,
you?
Glenny and Fatima, I'll not say my own. You go ahead. I know you're prepping your thing. I would say 100%. Mandela been my sister prior to the war, 1990. We attended Jimmy Jodocon together. She's a decent woman. She didn't run behind KB. She didn't beg KB to make a bad decision. She was sitting minding her business. She married KB. KB came on the show and said, "That's my wife." I respect that. I honor that. Like I respect all you Liberian on the show. Liberia first. So therefore, I will ask this question that pertaining to Sergio. What ready you want now? What's the way forward for you? You're a decent woman. You're a pretty woman. Can you move on? So let's be straight, man. Let's protect our own, for God's sake. Can Madara Cooper go to Senegal and cry all the crying and the poor on the talk show? What have Madara Cooper done so much? This woman served our country. She is serving our country. She brought victory to our country. She stood by President Bouakai. She fought a good fight. She turned her back on her own party and said, "I will support Joseph Yema Bouakai." That's what Sidisha mad at her for. That's why Asido running up and down and creating problem. Let's say the truth, guys. You bring on the guest. Let's talk to her. Dr. Richard said, "I'm feeling my own way. You want to?"
I got nothing to say.
Thank you. Fatima, you want to? Thank you, Fatima. Oh, Hussein, you want to?
Stanton.
You
No,
asked
he
me,
hear
I was
you.
talking, you hung up, oh.
Because I wasn't hearing you, Fatima.
Oh, I just wanted to say thank you to the panelists and the viewers all across the globe. And it's a female guest that requested that we see her, and so we're here to hear her out. So we're just hearing her out. We have actually no information for her or to ask her. You, the viewers, will be the one to question her. So we're looking forward to seeing her. She will be on in 3 minutes, she said.
Thank you. Fadiga?
Well, it is unfortunate that we'll be going after another female because this is not about Kibe. Kibe said something last time when he was here. He said, this lady tried this in Senegal, but it didn't work out. But in Liberia, we are a nation that beat on our own. I think this lady is a serious stalker. She's stalking this man, and we are giving credence to it. He doesn't want you. He doesn't want you. There's no law that binding. This is a legal matter. If she still believes that she's married to this man, she should go to the court. For writing pastor, imam is just to create a scandal all over the place and with one intention. Politicians are weaponizing this woman so that she can go after our own. And that is why we're here. But I look forward to seeing her, and we have some serious questions that we're going to be asking this lady. I hope she comes prepared. Stand up.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Sorry, Glenny.
So it's good to be here. Hello to everyone. Everyone has a story.
Richardson, can you mute, please? You're in the back. Can you mute? Let me go ahead.
So I was saying hello to everybody. It's good to be on as a panelist on Spoon. There'll be a variety of guests that we will have an opportunity to interview. My position is not to interject my feelings, my opinion into what their situation is, because everyone has a story. The opportunity that Sergio is going to have is going to be able to tell a story. And I think the fact that I'm a panelist here, I don't have a choice but to be on here. If I have questions, I will prefer my questions. I don't have any opinion because every story is subjective. My story is different from hers. Her pain is different from my pain. And so she has the right to feel the way she feels, and so does the husband and Magdala. So I'm here and I'm looking forward to a good show.
Thank you very much. I like that, Glennie. Uncle Sam.
Well, since we had Kevin on the show, it would just be a good thing to have her to tell us out of the story. My only concern would be, how was this marriage? Not how was this? How did they end this marriage? Did they do it legally? And all of the issues in terms of a child being involved, the interest of the child. But ultimately, you can't force anybody to be with you. I've done it twice. I left two women, and they left me, and we move on. It is
You
always.
left them or they left you?
Well, I was a bad boss, so I take full responsibility. I was rotten. I was very rotten, and but one of the things I didn't do, I didn't leave any woman poor and destitute. I left them pretty much okay, and they're okay. So, but let's just find out how she's doing and her state of being. But ultimately, she has to be told in no on a big in no in a very strong way that the man is now married, and you need to just move ahead. So just make sure that whatever spousal support or child support that is legally yours, make sure you get it, and then just move on with your life because you're young, and like you said, Standard, she's beautiful, and I'm sure she's articulate. I haven't heard her speak before, but she just needs to go on. And then, of course, Magdala is our sister. Magdala did a lot of good stuff in Ghana on the camp. She came to New York, as you know. She raised a lot of money for refugees on the camp. She did a lot of good stuff, and she's helping the rescue train. And so we must also be supportive for her and be supportive of our Liberian sister. All is fair in love and war.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Uncle Sam. Folks, again, we're waiting for the guests. Listen, we will be here not at 7. Today's a long day for us. Most people are engaged, but we'll give enough time to the guests. We'll just talk only to Sergio, who will be the guest tonight, and we'll move on. We want to keep our story for tomorrow, for Monday next week. We're receiving some bad information on, let me say this. I have never heard in my life that the president dismissed someone. And then the finance minister decided to give that individual 500 United States dollars, 500,000 for illegal dismissal without going to court. One of the past government or director received 500,000 United States dollars.
Which agency stands on?
If I call the agency, you'll know the person. I've gathered the information and we'll discuss it on Monday. It's troubling that if our government cannot be serious with persecution, Uncle Sam, a lot of your people walking freely in Liberia, they shouldn't be walking. It's shocking. A lot of your people, a lot of seditions. We're going to say this because we are waiting for Sergio to come on. They are drinking to my marriage shop. They are eating. They are walking freely. How can George Manawia put a hand up and dismiss an individual? And that individual didn't go to court. And the court found the government guilty and said you got to pay his. He wasn't on tenure. Nothing. I want Liberians to listen where we are as a people, and we will hold this government responsible to persecute to the fullest. What LDCC doing? The man is under LDCC indictment. Samuel Tua wrote a letter and said, pay the man 500,000 United States dollars. I have the document here. He and others. Pay them. Who authorized Samuel Tua to pay them? 500,000. And the question remains, why? So everybody was just doing their own thing. Yes, the document. Yes, the document. I tried to put it in the chat room because Uncle Sam will share it. So let me wait for Monday. I'll put it inside Monday, then Uncle Sam will not have no time to share it.
No. Don't share it before you get out there. Before you say that
It says salary arrear of wrongful dismissal, all in US dollars. Wrongful dismissal. Wrongful. Some of them get that one, some of them don't get that one. I will call these names. I want just to remind sedition. Francis, how you call it, Zaze or Zeze? Please. Zeze, right? Francis Zeze, Samuel Twase gave him 720,000 for wrongful dismissal. Woodman Smith, I will call the name, gave him 520,000. Who don't know Woodman Smith's story? Because of the same Woodman Smith, they closed down the radio station. When we said 720 were involved, funding him money, people say no, that Woodman Smith own thing. On that fateful day when President George Manawia dismissed Woodman Smith, dismissed Alex Williams, dismissed the Director General who was sick, beyond closed door, they were giving Woodman Smith 520,000 Liberian dollars, Uncle Sam.
Liberian dollars or US dollars?
US dollars, thank you. US dollar, Uncle Sam. 520,000.
They actually paid him?
They gave him half of the money. When he went for the second half, everything came up.
Wow.
We got all the document. LCC know about this. 520,000. Who in the good heaven would believe that he was fired illegally? They said wrongful dismissal. He was indicted by LCC. They took him to court. He begged to have a plea bargain. But they gave him the money because he was after Spoon during the election for him to push the lawsuit and all their mind for them to close down Spoon Network. Samuel Toy gave this man 520,000 for him to use that money and close down Spoon Network. I got a document here. I got all of them. Everything. Buffy, B-U-R-P-H-Y, Buffy Heron, H-E-R-R-O-N. He was given 60,000. Charles B. Blake, B-L-A-K-E, 20,000. The total amount that the people requested to give these people, $1.3 million, $1.399012 million. For God's sake, he was fired by President George Manawia. He didn't go to court. Nobody said he was right. But on a call with President Weah and Samuel Twain said, get him money. Then he go chill. You know how many of them that did that? $1.3 million. Reason, wrongful dismissal. Why don't you get Alex whether he own? If you think it was wrongful, why don't you get Alex whether he own? Let me hear you guys while we wait for Sergio to come on. Fatiga, talk to us. Let's go around with this other news. I'll give all the document on Monday. I will share all the document on Monday, but this is, I don't know what we're waiting for, man. The next story is, who owned Medtech? it will surprise you that minister in President Barker government have a share in medtech. To this Saturday, man, you don't get me talking, please.
You can't hold your mouth. I whole problem.
I don't know if I'll see tomorrow, so I won't say all now.
You can't wait. You can't wait, Seth.
No, I can't. Uncle Sam, when God show you favor, right, and the people waiting by the radio and the people burning, let me ask the people if they don't want to hear this news. You can see, come on, let's ask the people if you go waiting for Sergio. Can you call your friend Sergio Fatima? Can you call your friend? We got to do this something. Or else I'll talk anything.
I think you should check in the back because she says she's on.
Everybody here looking in the back, we can see the woman. I'm begging you, you can see, come on, if people in this government, Uncle Sam, I'm talking about ministers, they got share in medtech. That's why they are pushing medtech.
When they got their share?
They got share ever since. Not recently.
Oh wow.
Yeah. They got share ever since.
Yeah, but
you want me to stop, I will stop. If y'all don't want me to talk, I will go.
But one minister uncle is the head of medtech. One minister.
I'm saying ministers in this government get share in medtech. That's why they're fighting for medtech.
And one of them is the man.
I don't want to discuss the medtech story yet. Fatima, I was coming to you on this. We must be receiving $520,000 authorized by President, former President George Manawea and his Minister of Finance, Samuel Twain, for wrongful dismissal. Why were they giving that money? You want to chime in on it real quick? Since I'm going to be quiet, let's welcome Councilor Boo Brown. Let's welcome all the good people on the show, Edwin, Jaje, Nipa, Flonin, Samantha, everybody you welcome, man. You'll talk to us today. Whatever you find yourself, talk to us. Uncle Sensei, I should keep quiet. I'm asking you guys, if you want me to keep quiet and wait till Monday, it's up to you. If you want me to go in the back, let me know, and I will take my story with me. Glenny just texted me and said I'm gonna wait till Monday. I don't know why she texted me.
Glenny, just look at him.
Why you guys want me to wait till Monday? I don't know. You're trying to hide something. I got nothing to hide. Why you telling me to wait till Monday? You can see open the phone line real quick. While we're waiting for Sergio. I asked how you call her, the Mason Dama story that they say former minister Musa Dean took the people Dama. He and former minister Gessler married from the Minister of Lands and Energy and Mines, whatever. They sold it Dama for plenty of money, and they said they sold it Dama for under $100 million. So we'll be discussing it too. But let's go ahead. Fadiga, talk to me, man. Giving this guy $520,000 for what?
Well, Stanton, nothing surprises me about the past administration. That's part of the reason they are not in power. That's part of the reason a lot of them, unprecedented number of them, was sanctioned. Samuel Twain, Finance Minister, and several other guys. I do not know the detail of the story, so I can't say much. But what I can say is that it is now on us, this administration, to do the right thing by the Liberian people and make sure that we understand what went wrong in years and right those wrong. And time is fast spent. The Liberian people are impatient, and the sooner we do it, the better it will be for us.
Thank you. You want to add to that, Fatima?
Well, I'm just saying that I know that the government will look into whatever is spending. Anyone who has done wrong, I think it's the right thing for them to go after them and make sure that all of our resources are recovered. I think this just shows, it actually puts a light on what was going on in the last 6 years that we've spoken about. Everybody denied is coming to light. So.
Thank you very much. Can we bring in Glendy? Fatima, please be sure to your lady, man. We get enough time here to do. Glendy?
I really don't have much to add. We'll hear more about the story and we'll comment about that. So
yeah, we'll hear more.
See.
That's true. The Fatima, she's not in the studio. Dr. Richie, are you seeing any other person back in the back?
But
She's
you
not
can
Fatima.
call her.
Maybe she getting it wrong. She's not in the studio. She cannot say she is.
Maybe she got an old link.
Go ahead and talk to us, Dr. Richie.
No, I wanted to state that I don't believe that anyone should leave this show with the impression that we're going after one woman against putting one woman against the other woman. That is not the point of this show. I see, some of us fellow panelists were making the impression of telling Liberians like, "Oh, we are going after our own." We're not. This is Spoon TV. People come here, as Lindy said. There'll be guests that will come on this program. We will, all agree with, and some of them will have an opinion, and some of them will not agree with them. So that's again, this is the beauty of Liberia. This is the beauty of democracy. People have the opportunity to express themselves. It's a hallmark. The tenor of democracy is having the opportunity for freedom of speech. Okay. And so this is why it's not because we want to, nobody got into this story because we want to be in the personal life of Sajo or the personal life of Mandela Cooper. There was a written letter that went to the president of Liberia accusing two of his appointees of bigamy, okay, bigamy. I'm sorry, bigamy, and saying that this woman was maltreated, and it became a national issue. That's why we're talking about it. So I just wanted to put that out there that I think it's unfair for our own fellow panelists to come on here and say that we're trying to put a Liberian woman down and uplift another woman who is not a Liberian.
Thank you.
Not fair.
Uncle Sam, we see Sajo Jowawa in the back. Can you just speak to this developing story concerning the 520,000 that was given to Woman Smith for wrongful dismissal?
Yeah, I will make a judgment when I see the documentation and I understand the context and I understand. And if I have to condemn it, I will condemn it. I mean, no holds barred. But until I see the documentation, I'm just going to be mum on the issue now. On the surface, it sounds bad, but let's see what the documents say.
Okay. Thank you very much, folks. We're seeing that Sajo, that's the name Sajo. We'll be bringing her on to hear her, to ask a question. Please share the show, and we'll open the phone line. She will take some questions if she's willing. All right. But today, we want to be fair with everyone, home or abroad. We're going to listen to you when you reach after Spoon. I'm hearing that folks in Senegal watching this show, like folks doing all over the world. Okay. I also like to say today, President Waka returned to the nation. We're going to play that clip from Spoon. He spoke upon his return. We want to say that welcome to the show, Glennie. We'll wait for you when you get back, and we'll bring Sergio on. Again, please share the show, invite your friends, and let's all listen to Sergio. But my position is very clear, and I will tell Madam Sergio, and we'll answer those hard, tough questions. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Sergio Jawara.
Yes.
Welcome to the show, Madam Sajo Juwawa. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. If not, please correct me. How are you doing today?
Yes, I'm very well. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me on your show. Actually, it's a pleasure to be here, and also, surprised even actually to be on the television to talk about my personal life in front of the Liberian people and the whole world. But I never thought I would have to do this one day. But here I am. So I don't know if I should introduce myself and tell my story straight away, or.
Well, welcome to the show. I believe you have followed Spoon before. We have Dr. Francine Chinua Richardson, Al Hussein UJ Fadika, Glendy Juniors, Mr. Samuel Jackson, and Madam Fatima Bintu Salif. We have the rest of the panelists that probably they're going to be joining us. But for the next 45 minutes, this show is yours. We want you to please tell your story. Allow us to ask you question
Yes.
because we've been following you, and then that we can just let the people will decide. So we're going to be respectful. Please accept our opinion and our views,
Yes.
and we will accept yours as well. So welcome
Perfect.
to the show, and we'll give you the first 2 minutes to introduce yourself properly and briefly explain why you are here on Spawn today.
Yes. Perfect. Okay. Thank you so much. Um, yeah. First of all, I wanted to start just to make it very clear that I'm not here like to come to cry, uh, to have my husband back, or like some, marriage issues, to discuss marriage issues about my husband with the Liberian people. Everybody has more important things to do than to discuss private life matters or the husband issues. We do it in private generally. If we come all the way to making it public, is because maybe we have no other choice. I think we've tried to resolve this in private for many years, and unfortunately, here we are getting to this point that we have to all come and explain ourselves on it. So that's the first part. I wanted to really make sure it's clear that I'm not here to cry to have my husband back. We had a beautiful marriage. We were in love when we met. We got married. We have a beautiful son out of this marriage. Was a beautiful boy, looks just like his father physically, very cute and very handsome boy. Um, and we had a lot of problems, like every couple can have problems in our couples. And mainly, the main problem we had also was from Madame Magdala Cooper when she first started to introduce herself in our marriage, making problems with me, with my husband. Nobody knows who tells what, but when she started interfering in our marriage, I can say that she destroyed our marriage for somehow, and this led us to this position. I loved my husband. I do not love him anymore. I will never love him again. I'm not here to have him back. I don't want to have him ever again in my life. But what I want from him is a divorce. Yeah, because we got married legally, legitimately. Whether it is from the Muslim culture traditional way, whether it is regarding to the court. We have our marriage certificate in court. So marriage, whether it's even traditionally, and in the court, there's procedures. So the same way he made those procedures to get married with me, he has to make those same procedures to get divorced to me. Yeah, that's the number one. Number two now is the bigamy situation. In no world on this earth, it is acceptable that a man will marry another woman without divorcing his wife. It is called bigamy, is a crime. Whether you're Liberian, whether you're Chinese, whether you're Japanese, whether you're, no matter the country where you come from, is not possible. Depending on some laws, maybe some countries they don't have bigamy, but in my country where I'm from, it's a crime. Yeah, you have to divorce first before getting married to another person. That's number one. Number two is Magdala was my best friend. Actually, I have two Liberian best friends. I still have one. I lost one, but I still have the other one. I had my big sister and my young sister. So my big sister was Magdala Cooper, and the young sister was the one who even took the pictures and the video of when I was giving birth in New York of my son. So she was in front. So she's a Liberian woman, beautiful woman, inside and out. So it's not I'm not here to cry or to be against Magdala or Kipi. I didn't Kipi my husband. It's about fighting for my family and fighting for what is right. What they did there was cruel, was the biggest cruelty you can do to anyone. They betrayed me, betrayed my family, betrayed my son, betrayed even themselves. I don't know what amount of money, power can lead you to make shame out of your own family. For him to come to sit on Spoon and make all those lies on the name of a job in the government is a shame. His mother should be ashamed of him. He should be ashamed of himself. And his son, when he's grown up, will be ashamed of his father for this.
Thank you very much for that. We want to thank you.
I haven't
Are you still
finished.
speaking, man? Are you still speaking?
Yes, sorry, yeah. I just was taking a
Go
break.
ahead.
Yeah, so to say that this is not a fight, really, it's a fight about my family, even to other women, whether you're Liberian, Senegalese, European, French, whatever nationality, it's not okay to marry your wife's best friend, whether she's the ex-friend, current friend, is not okay. It's not morally okay. It's not a normal behavior. It's not yeah, so in no country we can allow this. You know, it's not about Liberia or any other Liberia against another citizen. You know, it's not something you do to a friend who you consider as a member of your family that you met, who met your family, met your father, your dad, your mother, your aunts. I know her family. She knows my family. I've been to Liberia many times. I spent years in Liberia. I came to campaign with her in Liberia. I've been with her family many times. My son was many times, even I brought my son to Liberia. I even put my son in school in Liberia. I was living in Magdala's house. This is tell you how close we were as friends. So when I was giving birth, she was in the hospital room with me. I was living in New York in her house. So you cannot turn around and say then you don't know the person. Of course you can fall in love, you know. Kibi can go and marry whoever he wants. He can go and marry my friend if he wants, marry other women, who as much more as he wants, as he's saying that he's Muslim. But when you want to do that, you have to first come and divorce, and then you can go and marry, you know, all the wives you want in the world. That's what I'm asking, actually. I just want the divorce and to get married with a new husband, you know? So, and even if I wanted to get married tomorrow, I can't. So he will give me this divorce by force, believe me. It's not about coming to cry here and there. I want to be happy myself. I want to move on. And even to move on, I need that divorce.
Thank you very much, Madam Sadro. Again, we want to welcome you to the Spoon. You have folks listen to your story. You've been on other network. You've been speaking on this. But thank you for joining us. This is what we do. We welcome each and every one to hear them out and to ask them the soft and hard question. So again, like I said, please consider us as we get into this story, and folks will understand you better. All right, so in this round, I want to start with Fatima. Fatima, your two questions.
Well, thank you for coming. I just want to say thank you for coming and sharing your story. I believe that in the United States, I was talking about Islamic law. If you're a man, do not, decided that you won't be together Islamically, the imam can come and try because divorce is always the last result in Islam. The imams and the families will try, and eventually, if they cannot, and if you're legally married, you can go to court and dissolve the marriage. So I just want to know at what point, because even in America, if you want to divorce someone and every time they go to deliver the papers, the person is not there, the judge can actually to do, and the marriage can be over. So I'm just saying, at which point you're gonna do that? Because I don't think you should let any man hold you back. If he has already moved on, I think you should just try to get that done. What are you doing in that?
Exactly. So that's what's going to be done in the next weeks. They can ask him to come to Senegal, or he can send his lawyer. I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but it will be happening between lawyers. They were going to ask him to come to sign these papers of divorce, a friendly request, first time, because we're not going to go straight to the court. So I hear all these people, why don't you go to court? You know, court is the last result. It's like you said, even us, before coming to all this, we've tried in many ways to resolve this problem privately with the imams, a lot of interventions, from his side, my side, the family talk. Because a marriage, you just don't wake up and break it. You always try to fix it, and then if it doesn't work, at some point you have to let it go. It's not about coming back together, me and him. That's over for lifetime. That's not happening ever again. But it's about moving on and having those papers of divorce signed. So they will send him a letter next week, I guess, or the week after. They're gonna send it to his mother's place because Kebe lives in his mother's house in Dakar, and that's where he's a resident, and he is also a resident in France. So they will send it to both addresses. In France, I have a lawyer that's been working on this case already since 2022 when we won this case. So that case is one for abandonment of family, not for divorce, because it's a second case divorcing. First is abandonment. We tried to make a friendly request first time. He refused. He never showed up in any court. He had a lawyer. The lawyer showed up the first times, and even the last interventions, the lawyer was not coming. This is why it's taking so long, because whenever somebody's not coming, then it's postponed and on and off. So he plays all these games just to make us lose time, on and on and on and on. But at some point, of course, the judge is going to just make the divorce, even if you don't come. That's why I was talking about by force.
That was what I was going to tell you.
So no matter what, that divorce is happening, whether he wants it, whether he doesn't like it, whether he got married to me or not, it is happening. Yeah.
Okay, Fatima, your second question.
My second question is basically not a question, it's a statement. I was just going to say, in America, they will serve the person 3 times. The 4th time, they will annul the marriage, and everybody will go separately.
Exactly, and it's the same here. So now we're going to number 2. It's left 2 more. Yes.
All right, thank you. Dr. Richardson, you want to go, please?
So, Madam Sergio, welcome to the show. It's good to have you. My question to you, many Liberians are concerned about us bringing you on the show. Decide that we are favoring a Senegalese or a Liberian woman. I want to know, how do you respond to that? What are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, I think this story is not about being Senegalese or Liberian. It's just a story about women. I don't think no mother, no father, no brother would accept this kind of situation would like this kind of situation to happen to their daughter or sister or their baby. Even Magdala, she has daughters. She has a daughter. She would not like this kind of story for her own daughter. So I know that sometimes people, when things don't happen to them, they feel like kind of distance about it because it's not happening to them, so they don't care. They're like, oh, who cares? It's not our story. Let her go to court. Let her go there. But it doesn't work like that. Because when there's a story like this, it affects the whole family. It affects maybe more even the family than me. It affects his boy, his son. Because here we have a son that's abandoned by his father. It's not even about me, even him. It's not fair to him. So it's not about Liberians, Senegalese, or favoring. It's about women. I'm sure it happened to many women who don't even have the strength to fight about it. Who don't have nobody even to talk to. I must say I'm even privileged today, honored to be able even to come on television, to be able to tell this story. If you can help any other woman who's lived this or who's going to live it, I think it will help them. They will be like, okay, they were not alone. It happened to other people. It's not normal. Magdala has done this to 4 different women before me, 3, and woman number 4. She has 3 kids from 3 different married men. So I just want to make sure also that maybe if I can make sure by doing this, also I'm the last woman she's going to do it to, then it's good. It's not a behavior that we're gonna I don't know how to say this, praise, whether you're a public figure, whether you're a private figure. I don't know if I'm saying it rightly. It's not a behavior to have in any kind of space. Yeah.
Thank you.
So it's not about the woman. It's really about the behavior that's not morally uh, acceptable, and even the defamation about the woman that my husband did on Spoon, saying that he left me 4 months after I was 4 months before I was pregnant. You know, a pregnancy is 9 months. It's not something I can invent. It's like that. It's the nature is like that. It's 9 months. I was
All right.
pregnant in June 2015. So I gave birth to my son in February 2016. So he said he left me 4 months before I was pregnant,
So
meaning he
thank
left
you.
me.
Let's move for the question, Madam
Yeah, but
Sajo. We will come there. Let's allow Dr. Richardson ask a second
yeah, I think
question.
you should allow me to finish my phrase on this, because I think it's important, because we're talking about pregnancy with the woman, and this question was related to my fight. That's related to a fight that's not just about Liberian people. It's about the woman, and I'm talking about a child who tomorrow will be traumatized to see what his father said here about this pregnancy of his mother. So I have to clarify it. I'm sorry, because I'm here also to tell my own truth. You gave time for Mr. Kebe to say his truth. So I think I should be also allowed. It would be fair to allow
Can
me
you
also to
can you
answer.
answer can you answer each and
Yeah,
every question within 2 minutes to give us chance to
yes,
ask you more questions?
I'll try to answer fast, but yes.
Thank
So
you.
So,
I'll finish this
so,
question,
so,
and yeah. So to come back to
so
this, just to this, and then I will try to make fast now my answers. Is that you cannot be pregnant in June, and he's saying that he left me 4 months before I was pregnant, meaning February, okay? And then you're seen in a video marrying the same lady you left in February in May. And you said you left her 4 months before she was pregnant. So in May, who was in the video there getting married? Was it another man? Because you're supposed to be leaving me. I don't even know how to say it. You left me 4 months before. So I mean, it's about putting shame on women, putting shame and lies on women just for free. What for? It's not acceptable. So it's not a fight about the Liberian against the Senegalese. It's not acceptable for a man to come there and try to put shame on his wife that he's married to, and even come
okay,
to the point of making lies on the television,
okay,
contradicting
Madam
himself.
Sacho. So my second question to you is: you had, and I saw, and I don't know how true this is. There was a letter that you sent to the president that was going to different news outlets. I don't know how true this is. Maybe you can correct me on this. And in the letter, you were saying that you are maltreated by two of the government appointee, and also that they were practicing bigamy. In Liberia, we people can get married constitutionally, and they can also get married traditionally. So, uh, do you think the issue of bigamy is illegal in Liberia? Did you research that?
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't know actually. For me, I knew it was illegal in the States, in the United States. And I must say, I just learned this week that it was also illegal in Liberia. I did not know before. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
you
because,
said you learned that bigamy is illegal in Liberia this week,
yeah,
or legal or illegal?
no, illegal. It was a crime
Oh,
also
okay.
it was a crime also in Liberia.
Oh, that I didn't know that.
That's my lawyer told me this, that it was a crime also in Liberia. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
So that's why we might even file also for a court case in Liberia, since they both sit living there.
Thank you very much, Madam Sajo. Glenny?
So hi, Madam Sajo, how are you?
Yes, I.
So my question to you would be, my first question is, how long have you all been separated?
With my husband?
Yes.
Yes, actually, it's a very good question, because we've been separated in 2021 a little bit. Then we came back together again. It was on and off with him. Like, to tell you, even in few months ago, he was in my house, and this recording I sent it to Spoon in January. He was in my house begging me still to come back with him and forgive him for marrying Magdala, forgive him for, being a bad Muslim, that he doesn't know. I can read you even this audio he made. I sent it to to Spoon. But now since I have 2 minutes, I would like to read this audio to answer to your question so that you know how long we are separated, because this audio is in November, so you can hear from his own voice what Kebe thinks about my marriage with him and Magdala. This is him talking on record, and the recording, Stanton has it. A lot of the medias there have it. Even the government also have it, because when I first wrote to them, I sent them these recordings also. Yeah. And on this recording is my husband speaking. And I can read it if I can use my 2 minutes to read it.
No,
Read.
you can go ahead.
So on this recording, so he's saying, I discovered a lot of things. I swear on the Prophet Muhammad and on the head of my children, that in this world, on the world beyond, I want nothing to do with Magdala, because my relationship with her is haram. She's been trying to do everything and convince me for a long time that I have a good heart, and I don't wish to harm anyone on earth. I really regret having been with her. I made the decision by myself and by me alone. I realized, in fact, but I realized this already a long time ago, that I didn't want to be with her. Maybe I told to myself to accompany her until the end of her 2023 electoral campaign, but I realized that she didn't even deserve me to be by her side during this campaign. I cannot thank you enough, and I can only ask the Lord to thank you for me. When I spoke to the Imam a few days ago, I told him the same thing because of the extraordinary way in which you take care of me, my son, and because of your kindness, and because you always wish me well. I'm angry with you, Sajo, for only one thing. You shouldn't have taken me to court. No one has ever taken me to court, and no one takes me to court. She's not the only woman you're not the only woman I have a child with. But what hurts me the most is that she brought me to court. She brought this court to matter. It is very ugly. Apart from that, it is me who is in fault. I ask for your forgiveness for all the harm that I've done to you, and for all the burdens that I have placed on you, and all the sorrows that my actions may have caused you. For what I have left to live, I will never put you through this kind of ordeal again. But I pray to God to give me an immense fortune so I can redeem myself with you and our son. I'm certain that our son is for life. May the good Lord protect him. The 3 days I spent with him taught me a lot of lessons. Dad, can you clean this, the table, and blah, blah. And I was looking at him, knowing that you, Sajo, you don't know anyone yet. I'm the first man you went out with. I'm not the first man you went out with, but the first man you married. I'm not the first man you've dated. Maybe I'm not the last one you dated, but what I'm sure of is it is only me that you have ever married. I know the way you love me. I don't deserve it. I don't deserve the love. I don't deserve the love you gave me. I don't deserve the feelings you have for me. But it's the good Lord who brings together those who love each other and who puts love in their hearts. Many men want to be with you. By now, you could be married to someone else and have more children. So this is my husband talking about me a few months ago with me, a conversation with me that I sent to the show. Yeah, so to know, if you want to know how long we've been separated, I think this question has to be asked to him because he's the one who's confused.
All right, thank you.
Again, this question when he comes back.
Thank you. My second question is a short question. Everybody's asking and everybody wants to know why now. I think you touched a little bit on that. And also why are you seeking for him to give you the divorce and you're not just going and doing the divorce, just divorcing him. Because if he doesn't show up like one, 2 or 3 times, you can do a divorce. So why aren't you just
Yeah,
getting
that's
a
what I'm doing because it's a long procedure. You know, when you go to court, it's not a one-day thing. So they have to write to the other person because when you're getting married, it's two of you. It's not by myself. So you can, if it was like that, then I would have divorced myself a long time ago.
okay?
Unfortunately, with two of us, so we have to respect the procedures.
All
And
right,
this is the procedures that have been doing by my lawyers for many years, and also even with the family because it's not only the lawyers. The family talk to him, talk to me. So all that is going on, and people who've
thank
done it before know it's a very long procedure. It's not easy. It's not as easy as he tried to explain on that show the other day.
all right, thank you.
Yes,
That's
thank
it.
you.
I'll be right
Thank
back.
you very much, Uncle Sam.
Yes. So, Sajo, are you Gambian or you Senegalese?
Oh, I'm both. I even have Mauritania,
Okay, so you're from Senegambia. Okay, okay,
Senegambia. I have
okay,
Senegal,
great.
Mauritania,
Okay, great.
and
Great.
Nouakchott.
Yeah. So, bien merci. Says
Je parle
bienvenue.
français, oui.
Merci.
Like
Okay.
French,
Okay. Your husband said that he got married to you in the Gambia. You went to the Iman.
yes.
Okay, that's what he said. And he also said that when he wanted to dissolve the marriage, he went to the Imam and did the formality at the with the Imam. Is that legal
No, it
in
doesn't work like that. That's why he's a lie because he's coming to here putting the card of the Muslim, and any Muslim knows it doesn't work like that. You
Okay.
don't divorce your woman through the Imam. You have to send people to the father. My father is alive, so so you send people to my father. You send your delegation. Either it's you, or maybe your witnesses. Kibe's best friend was his witness at my wedding. I sent the videos of my wedding to the show. You can see him there. He's making a big speech about how much he loves me and how great I am, all this stuff. His witness makes also a speech on that wedding. So the same way he sent those people to go and ask my hand to my dad is the same way they will have to go to get back my hand from him.
Yeah.
So if he's done it, he should say in which year. And my dad is still alive. You can call him and ask him if he's done it.
Okay. So the second question is, you mentioned something about abandonment, and I know there are laws like in certain state. If you owe child support and you don't pay it, it is not yet child support. It is the thing of abandonment. Has your husband, paying you adequately supporting the child?
No, he's never done it even one time. Not
He never
even
done
one
that.
time.
Okay, so great. So have you taken him to court in the competent jurisdiction for him to
Yes.
be charged? Which court? Because it is the state where the mother resides.
Yes.
Okay, I know in Georgia and in the United States where you can take the abandonment case. So which state or which country would you take that abandonment case?
So I do it in Paris, in the Paris Judicial Court, because this is where his residence was. Until 2 months ago, I learned that he's now living in Liberia. But until February, Kebe was between Paris and Dubai and Senegal, where he lives in his mother's house. So it's only since April that now he said that he's Liberian and he lives in Liberia. But his address here, he has a residence card. He has a French residence card. So when you have a French residence card, that's 10 years. Every 10 years they renew it for you. He's not French. I am French. His son is French and American, but he's not French. He's only Senegalese. But he has a French residence card. So for this reason, I could bring him to the French court because this is where his residence, his main, because he have different residence, but this is where he declared his main residence.
Okay. So, a two-part question quickly, the last one. Is he, is he a wealthy man? You think he has enough resources to support the child? And will you be asking for spousal support and alimony? Is he wealthy?
That's why I'm so amazed. And my lawyers are so amazed when, he came to describe himself as someone who's doing all this volunteering work, making donations to the Liberian community when you're not even taking care of your 6 kids. around the world. Did you not even know? When I got married to him, he told me he has 2 kids, and every year there's a new one. So, the African, that's not even shocking to me because, we know we're African, so we know how those things, those stories happen all the time.
My question, is he wealthy? Is he a wealthy man?
No,
Does
he's
he
not
have to
because,
have a name?
when you're not a wealthy man, when you're 40 years old and you live in my house in Paris, is my house here, and you don't own a house anywhere around the world. You still live at 40 years in your mother's house. And you're living in the house of Magdala that she's renting, because Magdala herself is the same. She's a crook, or I don't know whatever name you wanna call it. She rents houses and she doesn't own any house anywhere around the world. And I'm saying it. If they want to bring me to court for that, they can go ahead. She was renting in New York, and she's renting here in Liberia, and all those things I found out actually when I was doing my court case, because then I was so much lied to that I had to get people to go and investigate and know more about these two people. Seriously. Yeah. And Kebe himself said on that same recording again how much Magdala was a crook, and, all the money she took from the campaign, the fact that he left her many times. They had fights in the US because she was living in her old man's lover who's 90 years old. All that is on the recording. I can read it again. It's like shorter than the other part. He says this from his own wife, that they have no money. They live with the money of that old man in New Jersey. So Kibe, I'm going to read it because it's very short. I'm sorry. I'll need to read it. And if I don't get time to talk, it will be fine. So Kibe is saying about Magdala again. Magdala, she's a crook. She wants to defraud.
We can't hear you, man.
I'm not hearing her. Do we have time to listen to the opera? I'm not hearing her.
Yeah. Can somebody call her? We are not hearing her.
We cannot hear you, man. We cannot
She
hear
look
you.
on the camera. We are not hearing you, Sajo. Sajo. All right, so that's the internet from my end. She's gonna come back on. All right. So whoever have a number, please reach out to her. We didn't hear what she said in the reading. All right, we'll be moving to Fatika. Then from there, I'm going to ask my question. Folks, again, thank you for joining us. Let's listen to Sajo, Madame Sajo, and her side of the story. We got so many questions for her. I'm kind of like, those things she reading, first of all, she said they were recording, but I'm hearing her reading them. So I'm not understanding whether he sent her an email.
No, I think it is in Wolof. It's in a Senegalese language. So it was translated.
Let's wait for her to answer the question, Fatima. You've been to Senegal before?
Remember, she sent those things to me. That's what I'm talking about with the translation.
Oh, okay. I didn't know she sent it to you.
She sent it this morning for Spoon.
Oh, I didn't know she sent it to you. Can you call her? Send us your best friend. Bring her back, please. Can you ask her to come back?
To stop it. I said don't invite her.
We having a show. You said she sent you all the documents. So.
She did.
Okay.
I'm sorry. So I don't know.
We wasn't hearing you.
I tried calling her, so I think I must have kicked her out. Sorry.
Slow down, Fatima. Just slow down small. Take a pause spell. I know that's your best friend. Y'all went to high school together. Well, you're in Senegal, right? Or Guinea? Where you met her, Fatima? Yes, wow. Benedict Granny. Please. So let's wait for her. Let's wait for her. I think she's talking to Fatima. Let's wait because we just lost her again. I would say we asked a unique question though. And I think we have to give her a chance to answer those questions.
Because I have experience in the matter, Stanton, that experience.
How many different women? Oh no, sorry, don't answer. So folks, we're gonna wait for Madame Sajo.
Oh, there she is.
Madame Sajo, is your internet okay?
Yeah, I'm back.
But is your internet okay?
It was yes, it's okay. I can hear you. Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now. We didn't hear you at first when you're reading what you were reading.
Stanton.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it? I mean, in all fairness, and we want to hear your story, but I think in all fairness, because Magdala is not here, those things that I would ask, those things that relate to Magdala personally that she has mentioned, I think in all fairness, it shouldn't be mentioned. I think we should just, hear your side, your issue with your husband, and leave Magdala out of it, because she also has, if you hear what I'm saying, I don't think it's fair to be saying, because it's like you're second, like it's a hearsay. We're hearing from you, Omadella, and in all defense, she's not here to defend herself. So I think if you were able to just talk about you and your husband, or your former husband, as he said, because he said Magdala is his wife, that would be better than to talk
Yeah, but
about it and address her.
yes,
I just think it's not, it's, in my opinion, I just think it's not fair to her.
okay. So the thing is that Magdala is is in the middle of this because she's the new husband and she was my friend before. So she cannot be out of it because she's the one who destroyed my marriage first and then went to marry my husband without him divorcing me. So I can understand that he would not want to talk about it because, of course, it would. I mean, how do you want to? How do you want to explain that? But me, I don't see a reason why I should be not talking about it. That was his choice. When you asked him pictures, showed him pictures of Magdala holding my baby, his son, that he did not want to answer to those questions. That was his choice.
But
Okay, Madam
I don't
Sado.
see why I should not be answering to those questions
Madam
and
Madam
avoid talking
Sado.
about it.
Madam
Sadio,
Sado. Dr. Richardson, go ahead.
I was going to say, Sadio, it wasn't Mandela who made the choice to step into your marriage. It was your husband. He was the
Both of
one
them.
who made that. You blaming both. I would want to blame your husband.
Oh, but can we
Okay.
ask, can we finish with our question? Then you can come in, Glenny, Dr. Richardson, Fatima, to
No, I
give
was
some
just saying this
of,
because you
yeah,
said that it
Saba.
was Mandela. That's what I said. And a
Dr.
man
Richardson,
usually allows.
a point of information, please. There's a thing in law that is called alienation of affection. You can sue somebody for that. If somebody takes away your spouse, it's called alienation of affection. And yeah.
All depends which country you.
But I'm saying, but there is
Okay.
something in law
So,
called
guys,
alienation
give
of
us.
affection.
I mean, I have not asked a question, and Fadiga have not asked a question. We beg every one of you,
Can I just say
please
something?
allow us to ask our question. Then you can come over and say what. Please, we're begging you. Fadiga, your two questions, please.
Well, those that brought surgery here, you can't be saying that she shouldn't ask questions. You knew that she would have asked those questions.
So I don't know why you're
I
saying
don't
those
think-
that brought her. I don't think
Okay,
that's
No,
a
let
fair
him speak. Let him
characterization.
speak. Let him
can't
speak
bring the
freely.
lady
It's not right for him to say
Glenny,
that. Don't give
Glenny,
Glenny.
Glenny, you have your time. Again, that's what I don't want us to do.
Glenny is
Let
right.
Fadiga ask his
Glenny is
question.
right.
That's not
Let
right. You should
Fadiga,
not come
no,
and
but
do
it's
that.
okay.
You shouldn't
No,
do
no,
that.
no, no.
If
But
you know the truth,
y'all will not interrupt the show now, please. Fadiga, ask your question, please. I'm begging you. Hey, man. Fadiga, ask your
The thing
question.
here is, Cedric, I listened to you. You mentioned a lot of stuff, and some people out there will say
You have a
you sound
panelist
like
on the show, and then you talk.
Fadiga, please ask your question.
Some people will say you sounding like an angry spouse. You made a claim. She took your man. She did this. She did that. That's her personal business. If she, I don't know how it became our business, except for the fact that she's an advisor to the president. But what happened with your friendship? Friends take friends girlfriend. If a man want to sleep with another woman, that's a personal thing. The bigamy thing that has not been proven. You read a letter yet that nobody know where you get the letter. There's nowhere of verifying it. There's no audio, video, timestamp. How can you prove this thing? And my main question is, why did Kebe leave you? What was responsible for the breakup?
Okay. Word, because I know you're friends with Kebe. Were you present when he was leaving me? Were you like his witness when he was leaving me?
Well, he
That's what he told you
yes,
because he's a
he
friend of
told us,
yours,
he
right?
told the world,
So that's
he
what he told you
told us
because
that he
he's a
didn't
friend of
want
yours. So,
to.
but did you ever meet me? Were you a member of our friends? Did you ever were you in our
Well,
fair
he
friends?
said
Did you
it
meet
on
together?
the radio. He said it publicly that
Yeah, but I'm
Mandela
saying it
is
here
his wife.
also. Yeah, but I'm saying it here also that he's my husband, and you were not at our wedding. You were not his best friend at that time. You were not his witness. So his witness is going to go to court and testify on that side.
So
So
are you saying that he didn't leave you? Is that what you are saying?
I
That
just read you the
he didn't leave
recording.
you?
I just read you the recording that what he said there. I'm not going to read it again. So that recording is his
So how
voice.
can
It's not
you
me
prove
talking.
that?
Because no, but it's his
How can you
voice.
prove that?
It's his voice and my
I didn't
voice.
hear no
So
voice. I heard your voice.
my lawyers are going to use it in court. So I'm not going to be discussing, recordings with you or legal stuff with you. Get your lawyer or ask counsel to your lawyer about it. And you telling me I'm angry. How would I be angry? What did you see of me that was
Well, you
angry?
sound angry
You are
when
the
you
one who are
asked
angry
Adela. You said
because
I
you're the
should
one
take
who are
this
angry
question
because
to the
and you're
old
not doing
man.
a favor to
That
your
is very
friend.
low.
You don't lie for your friend. If you're a good friend, you will tell him the truth. A man does not come to lie
I'm not lying
on
for
his wife
you.
and his son. So you're not even a good friend to him. Okay?
Well, let's move on to the second question. In all fairness, you guys have a child. If Kevin
Yeah,
was
that's
going to visit you to
exactly.
visit his son,
And
how
and then
and
also
you claim
to
that oh
respond
he's
to your
trying
to
to
your
visit
other
his son.
question.
Madam Sajo, you will have a chance to answer,
No, but
please.
he asked me two questions in one. The other one is what was my private life doing, on the public sphere. Magdala and Aline Kebe were appointed by the president, so they're not they're part of the members of government, so they're public officials. So when you have public officials, you have a certain behavior to have as an ambassador. You're representing your country, so your private life becomes a public matter. Yeah. So you should also read that online on Google and inform yourself about it.
Sergio,
I'm not
the
here.
French laws the French laws about abandonment
Sajo,
say
hold on,
that
Fadiga. Sajo, I don't know who's speaking in the back. Can you, if you talking to them, can you mute yourself?
No, I'm not talking right now.
Somebody's sitting down
It's
talking.
just me and my papers because I'm like moving
Oh,
my
that your
papers right
people
now,
are
but I'm
Robert.
not
Okay.
going to
All right. Thank you.
without the
Go ahead,
papers
Fadiga.
and I'm not reading it.
French law and most laws around the world, whenever there is an abandonment case, the lady is ground for you to be released from the marriage. You can be set free by divorce. The only things they're looking if you guys have properties and other things, those are matters that can be settled. But you still claiming that you are married to a man that claim that he doesn't want you anymore, or he's not married to you. And then there was some allegation. I asked you a specific question about why did the marriage break up. We as panelists on this show, it is our duty to do our investigation as well. Do you have a night? Does your grandmom or any family member owns a nightclub? Do you drink, smoke, or do anything as a
Owns
Muslim
a
lady
nightclub.
that would be
I mean,
contrary
you
to
should ask. Yeah, he
a
should ask
Muslim marriage?
he should ask his if his new wife drinks. She has videos of her
I'm
drinking champagne
asking
in the
you a
executive
specific
mansion.
question.
I'm not here to talk
Uh,
about who's
uh,
drinking or who's not drinking. What kind of
well, as
question
a
is?
Muslim, Kebe is a Muslim, and a most Muslim wouldn't
Yeah.
already marry
So
certain
did you
character.
ask Kebe if he
I'm
was
trying to
drinking?
ascertain certain
So
facts.
did you ask Kebe
Since
if he
you
was
do want
drinking
to say
himself?
why you guys,
Yeah, but I said, did you
so
ask Kebe if he was drinking?
I don't have to act Kebe. I just have to do my own
Exactly. So
investigation.
you're not married, so you don't know what went on. You can investigate as much as you want. It's only me and him that know what's happening in our marriage. Okay?
Well, are you going to answer the
Yeah.
question?
Yeah, I don't know what your
Because the
question is
thing,
actually.
Can we move
well,
on,
you if
please?
you give
Can
me
we make some
I don't
progress
understand
here,
his question, so
Mr.
or
Moderator?
reformulate it differently.
all right. If you give me a chance, you hear my question. If you're ready
Yeah,
for me to ask the
what's the
question.
point? We're not here to investigate about
Mr.
my
Moderator,
marriage.
we heard Mr. Fadiga's question. I think this
No, you hear my
Sergio
That,
question,
answered
Dak.
the question.
You
Can
give
we
me a
move on,
chance. Let me
please?
ask my question.
no,
And
but
ask
let's
the
give
woman
Fadiga.
You should
for
ask
But
Kebe
let's
behavior
give
as
why
well as she
what
will.
is she doing
Dr. Richardson,
on
Dr. Richardson,
the
please. Let's
executive
give
mansion with the
Fadiga a
videos
chance to
all there?
exhaust his
It's
question.
actually
Who is it,
not. I'm not appreciating the question at all because he's
Dr. Richardson,
asking her how much
for
whether
you
she
to it's
drinks,
not for
if
you
you're a
to
good
it's not
Muslim,
for you to
or what have you.
Dr. Richardson, it's not for you to appreciate. It's for Fadiga to ask his question. That's what we do on the show,
Yeah,
please.
but he should ask his wife what is she doing having glass of champagnes post on the executive mansion there. He's a Muslim guy who said that he doesn't want his wife drinking. He should go and check the executive mansion with Magdala having official events and drinking alcohol there. Ask it to his supposed to be new wife. Why did you ask it to me? You were not in our marriage. I did not know you when I was married to him. What kind of investigation can you make about my marriage when I never met you? You're a new friend to him.
Well,
So I don't know
Sergio, you
you.
are evading the question. But the
I
If I
don't
think
know
I asked
you.
the last question, I have
Ask
to
the
ask my
question. I mean,
question.
All right, let
seriously,
me ask
we're
the
not here to
last question.
investigate about my marriage. It's about this, it's about my story and my letter that I wrote to the president and be trying to explain to the Liberian people why I did it. But what about if you want to investigate, go and get your private detective and investigate. I
Sergio,
mean,
you
seriously.
refuse to answer
I
why
think
did
I
you
asked the
listen
last
to
question.
I answered to
Let's
that
move
question
on.
already.
let's get
Unless you
to
reformulate it differently, I'm willing to answer to all the questions. But if I don't understand the question, I cannot answer to it. So then you can go ahead and please reformulate in a way that I can answer to you. But I think I already answered to you. Let him ask his own wife why she's having champagne on the executive mansion site. That's my response. Okay?
Well, I was not asking her, I was asking you. But the next question is this. It's more of a statement, not a question. This man has said to the world that he doesn't want you. Don't you think you are disgracing yourself by going all around making these different appearances for men? Clearly, it's there's no
No,
law that says
seriously.
wants to do with you.
I'm sorry. He's the one disgracing himself for in the name of power and in the name of a job because he's
So whenever Madam Sajo receive a phone call, because she's coming by way of her cell phone and the phone goes off. Let's wait. She's going to be back, guys. We will be patient and allow ourselves to ask questions accordingly. A lot of folks have joined the show. We're asking you, please share this show, every one of you, and please ask your question. I personally will read your question. We're not talking about anything else today. We'll just talk about this one. We'll do up to 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 p.m. Liberian Time, because it's going to get hot. Okay? It's not hot yet. And we'll move, it will be hotter than this. And I want to just say to you, please, it's open. So if you think that we are asking the wrong question, take a break and come back. Because the lady is here to answer all of our questions. And we will. She's
In
she's
all
back.
fairness,
yeah.
Fadiga,
But I'm
she's
so
back.
sorry because I'm on my phone. So
I know.
whenever somebody tries to call me, they don't. They just. It's sorry. It just cuts the line.
I
So I'm trying
understand.
like to
I
block
announce
them.
it.
So, yeah. I'm
I
sorry
announce it.
about
I
that.
understand.
I'm
So
really
Fadiga,
sorry.
ask your last question now for me to ask my question, please.
Stanton, I'm not interested in asking any question. I think this is wrong from the beginning. We cannot be attacking Mandela on this phone with a lot of frivolous allegations that cannot be substantiated.
You
I
need to
think
be
it's a
specific
disservice
when you say who
to
attacking
Liberians.
Mandela on this show. Padika, you can't just
Dr.
come and make
Richardson, can you please,
like,
Dr. Richardson, can you
and
please
yes,
stop
Hold on, you. Why
interrupting?
you saying
Dr.
question?
Richardson, can you please stop
I
interrupting
mean, this is
Fadiga,
not
please?
fair. This is
No, yeah,
absolutely
Dr.
not
but
fair.
Richardson, you will
but
have
I
you
will
will have
answer
your
to that
time.
Time to
question
be
of
on the
Dr.
show.
attack.
You know,
Richardson,
all of you supporting
You
this
need
I
to
will
be
show.
answer to
able to
that
Dr.
question.
let us
Richardson,
know.
guys,
I will answer to
let's
that
stop.
question of
Guys,
attack.
let's stop. Dr. Richardson, you will have your time to speak. But for
Yeah,
now, Fadiga have the floor to speak. Let's give him some respect, please.
yeah.
Fadiga, go ahead, please.
Stanton, I will close with a statement, not you with a question. I think we are being unfair to our own Liberian sisters. I don't think we could backpedal on this. There are a lot of allegations made against Madam Cooper that got nothing to do with national issues. This is a reputable platform, a very huge platform. We have 10,000 problems in Liberia. And if she thinks that Mandela Cooper did something to her, go to court. That is where you litigate issues. You do not come on a national platform and say a lot of unfounded, make a lot of unfounded claim against a lady that is respected in this country. I will not sit here and
Yeah.
talk. Then we sit here and talk about feminists. That is unfair. That is
Oh,
hypocrisy. So I will refrain from asking questions because
okay.
she kind of dodged the question.
Hold on, I'm sorry. Hold on, man, Sergio. Thank you very much, Fadika. We'll continue the show, and I know you're not leaving. You're gonna be here. I will ask my question, and
Yeah, but I want
everyone
to
will ask
reply
their
to
question.
Fadiga's statement
Please
also.
do.
Sorry.
Please do, Sergio. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
because on the attack, I have to answer to that also because nobody's attacking Magdala Cooper. His husband himself attacked his wife. He's the one on record who said all those things that she's a crook, that she's an evil person, she's a gangster. It's not me. It's coming from the mouth of his husband. Is his voice there? And those recordings are going to be used in court. I've said it before. I've said it on my letter. that we're going to use this in court. So don't say that I'm coming here to talk about issues on the television. It's been on court, and it's also right that I inform I inform the person who hired them. It's just that. It's my truth. You don't want to believe it because he's your friend is fine. But I will not accept the attack because the first one who made those attack on his own supposed to be wife is the husband Alun Kebe himself, who said those horrible things on record about his wife. Yeah. And they're not
All
unfounded.
right. So let me say this, Madam Sajo Joara. Listen, welcome to Spoon Talk. I disagree with everyone that said bring her or don't bring her. I think it's okay that you came. Let's try to put this to rest. This is not a courtroom. You explaining your
Like a
story.
courtroom almost.
You explaining your story, but we need to ask you a question. We all know we are not from the same mindset. Most of us will be for or against. So let me ask my question. Answer in a which way I will accept. If you say I don't want to answer it, I even agree. I'm not going to force you. Why did Ambassador Kebby, why did he leave you? The main reason he left. Can you share with us?
That's what I said. That's why before I read you this letter before of him talking to me from the audio, he's not saying he left me. He's asking me to forgive him for marrying Magdala and to come back with me. So it's to him that you have to ask him because he made that lie on your show. So you have to ask to him.
Prior to that's fine.
You know,
Prior to the recording that you have, will you guys stay together, living under the same roof?
yeah, he was coming. Yeah, sometimes he was here. Sometimes he was, traveling. Yeah, he's always been. He was here in February. He was here in March. He was here in like November. I think November.
Did you guys get married in the courthouse? Did you guys get married traditionally with the imam?
Yes, we
Or
did.
what,
We did
what
both.
kind of wedding? What kind of
We
wedding?
did
Explain to
both.
us.
We did both. We did the wedding in the mosque with the imams, and in the mosque place the women don't go. It's only the men. So you have even the video because I sent it to the show. And then from this wedding, then the court will issue a marriage certificate.
So you guys got married in the mosque, but you didn't go traditionally, correct?
And the mosque is always traditional because this is just like
So,
going to church.
but you wasn't in the mosque, correct?
No, the women stay at the house.
Correct.
The
So my
men go.
question is, yes, my question. Then after, did you guys go to the courthouse, both of you?
Yes.
You guys, was there any ceremony at the courthouse?
No, of course not, because the ceremony was at my father's house.
Okay. So after that, you just went to the courthouse for what?
No, it's like it was not after the same day. The courthouse is a few days afterwards. It's on the 20th.
Why
go
did you go to the
register it.
courthouse?
The courthouse is where they register your marriage.
Okay. So after the traditional wedding, then you went to the courthouse few days after a week to
It's
pick
not
up the
few days
certificate.
afterwards. It's like on the 20th, it's on the dates there.
Yeah, but whatever it is, after the traditional wedding, you went to the courthouse later to pick up your certificate. Am I correct?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So the only wedding in question was a traditional wedding at your father's house at the mosque, correct?
Yes.
So there was no other wedding in Europe?
No, because you don't need to make a second one. It's just like you're telling to
And
somebody.
that's why we need to establish something. There was no wedding in Europe.
Wedding ceremony, no. The wedding ceremony was in Africa. My marriage
Was it?
certificate is from Bonjour. I send you even the document. It's signed by
Okay.
the judge from Bonjour. Yeah.
Who signed on the marriage certificate?
Kebe's best friend called
So,
Jamil Sek.
so Kevin,
His witness, you can call him.
no, wait now. Did Kevin sign on the certificate?
Yes, Kebe signed on the certificate. Not on the
Kevin signed
certificate.
on
You sign normally on a form. Or they did. Is there? I don't know how to say the formulaire. They give you like a form that you fill in, and on the form you put your name, where you live, your witness. I mean, I'm just like in most countries. So he has his witness, who's his best friend, Jamil Sek. I even called him today because I knew I was coming on the show, and he's going to go to court also to testify.
Yeah, I'm not into there yet. I would beg you to consider our question.
Yeah, so I'm
because we
answering to
want
your
to
question. So
establish
you answered.
something.
Yeah. So those
I see you.
on any of those marriage certificates is if there's any signature, it would be from me and him. Yes.
Okay. So the marriage certificate, you say Kevin signed on it.
Mm-hmm.
Did he sign? I want you to be very clear. Did he sign on the marriage certificate?
Yeah, he signed on the form on the form. Yeah.
So no. Yeah, my question, man. Did he sign on the marriage certificate?
Because I mean, have you seen the marriage certificate? How it works in Gambia? You have a form that you put the information in there, right? They take the form and then they give you your marriage certificate. On that marriage certificate is going to be written the names of the people there. Let me just get it even in front of me, so we can not even talk like nonsense. Okay, so I'm going to tell you live what's written on these things from one page to one page. And it's very funny because when we made the court case in Paris, I had my marriage certificate with me when I'm doing the abandonment of family. Why didn't it that? Why? And he can get his marriage certificate. If
No,
he wants
but Madam Sergio, let's just take it easy now.
I know why you're
Answer
asking
the
me this.
question. Yeah, we got so many questions. I want to be
Yes, then
done
tell me.
because
So you're asking me why do you want him to sign on the marriage certificate himself? You don't sign on the marriage.
No, Madam Sergio, I'm just asking you a fair question.
Yeah.
Because you are speaking of tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of folks. Did Kibbe sign on the marriage certificate? Yes or no?
Yes, I said yes already.
Okay. So you are saying that he signed on the marriage certificate?
Yes, on the form.
Okay. It's two different things. Did he sign on the form or he signed on the marriage certificate?
Because when you make the form, then they print out the marriage certificate. I know in which language I have to say this, like
the only language I can say that's what you don't, but we're not understanding you.
Like
I asked you, did he sign on the marriage certificate? You said yes.
Of course he signed, because if he doesn't sign and I don't sign, how it can be issued? So
my question to you, Madam Sergio.
It's a legal document that we both signed.
We are not saying that, and we got to get this clear. Okay, where is the copy of the form? Do you have the copy of the form?
Oh yes, I have it.
Can you screenshot it and send it to us, please?
Yeah, but the only problem is that my lawyers asked me not to send it before, because if they share their marriage certificate, then I could share mine. I don't have
No. You are speaking to folks that are saying your story is not adding up, and now you have.
I have a marriage certificate.
I beg, Mama, I beg you, Sergio.
I'm not in court. I'm not in court, and you're not the judge.
Sergio, you are in the court of Sergio. You are in the court of public opinion right now. You are not in the court under jurisdiction that will go further legally, but you are in the court of public opinion. My only first question, because I got a lot, let's just straighten up this form and marriage certificate, please.
I don't have the form. The form, nobody has it, because that's when you go to the.
Well, you just said that you have the form.
What I have is my marriage certificate. And
you just said that you have.
If Aline Kebe wants it, he goes to.
Madam Sergio, Madam, please. You just said that you have the form. When I asked
how can I have a form that we filled in the court?
You just said you had a copy. That's what you said.
I have a copy of my marriage certificate.
So what you said earlier was wrong. You don't have the form.
But nobody has a form, because the form, you leave it there. No citizen in that country has a form. What for?
Okay. So let me go back again.
You fill it in, but you don't get it. You get the marriage certificate.
So let me give you the chance to explain now for our own understanding. Mm-hmm. After the ceremony at the mosque, after the ceremony at your father's house,
yes,
how long it took you to go to the court to get the form?
It is not coming up.
Can you just hear the question, please?
Yeah, I'm trying to download, my marriage certificate so I can talk to you.
But
let me just print. Let me just download.
Madam Sergio, come on! I got a marriage certificate. Come on, let's talk, Mama.
Oh, you have the marriage certificate?
Yeah, come on,
Madam Sergio. Then show it to me, and then I'll.
Madam Sergio, come back on video. Let's talk. We are not seeing you, please.
Okay. Yeah, but if he has the marriage certificate, then show it. I'll see if it's the same.
Okay, so let's pause for a minute because this is very important.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I want to also have my marriage certificate next to me, so that it would be nice if you would just let me get the copy of mine. You know, because it's on my phone. So
All right, go
if I
ahead.
can
Get a
just
copy. Get a copy of your marriage certificate.
exactly, so I can read it live or whatever. And
Okay.
if you share yours, the one you have, I promise to share mine.
Did you share your marriage certificate with anyone?
No, no,
Did you share your marriage certificate with anyone?
no,
No. So
no.
okay. So find your marriage certificate and let's talk, please.
Okay, let me print
We're
it.
gonna wait. Yeah. All right. So again, folks, like I said, it's getting interesting. Please be patient. We have to discuss this. It's good for our country. Uh, and again, I don't want anyone saying no, we're taking job. We give Madame Sadio the chance to explain herself. That's the best thing to do. Because we listen to Ambassador Kebi. Uh, we're going to get to the bottom of this. Trust us. It shall be well. We're going to wait for Madame Sadio Jawawa. And I'm going to continue, guys. Bear with me. If you want to interrupt me, Dr. Richardson or Fatima Glenny, you guys are free to interrupt me. But just let me clear this certificate thing up with Madame Sadio, which is very important because a
You
lot
know,
of people know.
I
Please.
tried to send him the last page. Wait, let me see.
Right. All right. So, folks, we are waiting for Madame Sadio to find the document, and then
Yeah.
we will continue. What are you making of this, Uncle Sam? While we wait for Madame Sadio, if she get back, then we'll continue. What you make of this? The form, the marriage certificate, who signed it? Why she cannot show it? And she said she have not shared this with anyone.
No.
So Stanton, I'm trying to find my marriage certificate to see whether I signed it. So I just wanted to basically
Okay.
know in terms of jurisdiction, because I know that we went and we fill up a form, right? And then they shoot out a marriage license, right? So I don't know whether both signatures are on it. So I'm trying to look for mine. Because a different jurisdiction do it differently. I mean,
Right.
I've never been married in Africa, so I don't know how it's done there. But in the United States, I know in New York and Georgia, where I've been married, I know that you go there, you fill up a form, and then they issue you a license. Then you use the license to go to either to the court, right, where you say the vow, or you go to the church. So and then the church issues you a marriage certificate. That's what I know. But let me just basically check on my own thing to see if whether my signature is on my marriage certificate. I don't know. Let me just check. Okay.
Thank
I'm
you.
looking.
Okay. So, Madame Sadio, are you ready?
Yeah, it's printing out, so I can have it in front of me because I don't want to be like saying things that are not right correct. So I want to have the marriage certificate in front of me, so that I just make sure I tell everything that's like written on there properly. Yes. And this marriage certificate document was shared with Quebec in 2018. He can have it. He can go with his passport, to that place and get a copy of it anytime. I got a copy of my marriage certificate a few weeks ago because you can ask a copy anytime you want. So
Can you come on because you're speaking with all video? Can you come back on? Let's continue, please. Are you there, Madam Sadio? Hello? All right. So let me go back. Let me go to Dr. Richardson. Go ahead, talk to us while we wait for her, please.
Yeah, well, there isn't much to say except that many of our viewers can, talk about lessons that we learned today. There's a lot of lessons in this narrative and in a narrative that we heard before. So uh, yeah, I'm interested in hearing, more about the marriage certificate. I can't remember, like Uncle Sam said, whether I signed mine or not. I know I have a marriage certificate, but I know that my husband and I went to the courthouse to apply, and then something was given to us, but I don't remember either in the church or whatever. But it's been a while ago, so I don't know.
All right, thank you. Let me hear from you, Glennie.
I really don't have anything to add.
Okay, thank you, Fatima.
Well, we're just waiting to see what the marriage certificate says. She truly, truly felt like she had to come on the show to say her truth. And we're here listening. And when the time comes, we ask her the appropriate questions. That's what I said. And I wanted to add to something.
Right, Fadiga, can we run to Fadiga? We hear him out too.
Stanton, it is very disturbing listening to that woman discuss another strong Liberian female. It's very
Okay.
disturbing, and when I listen to, look, that woman ran all kinds of insult. We live in a politically charged society where people look for headlines or these are unfounded allegations. How the woman did that, she's sleeping in the Kebenga house.
But well,
Everyone
I
was
think
confused.
Fadiga, allow
All
me
these
to.
things are necessary.
Also,
The letter
Fadiga,
the woman is reading or stating
Fadiga.
that anybody.
So
Let me finish
Fadiga, we'll
this
do
word
that.
for
We'll
you.
do that at the end of the show when she
So, but
leaves.
let me finish it because we're already talking. Give me a chance. Let me finish my
Yeah,
statement.
no,
Okay?
Fadiga, wait, you wait. Fadiga, you wait. I would not give you a chance. Because to be fair, with everyone here, you're one of those that
It's
agree that
not
we
being
should bring her
fair. I
on.
not being fair. Everybody
So,
talking about
so,
what they say.
so, no, I want to correct you. So don't say let me finish. I will still give you the chance to talk. And some of these comments should be made last because the guest is still on the show. That's what I'm saying to you. We cannot come
I
to
want to hear
conclusion while
you.
we stay. No, we cannot come to conclusion while we stay asking her question. It's very
All right.
important that she add out, and it's very important for us to ask her those questions. Now we've been
All
paused
right.
for almost
Then
10
let me make
minutes.
one clear
We
because there's a
cannot, you will,
reason.
Fadiga. Let me just land on this one real quick, brother. You'll
Yeah.
come in. Now we just here asking for marriage certificate and form. We have gone pause for 10 minutes. Let's ask the best question and the people will take something away. Go ahead, Fadiga.
Stanton, I asked specific questions about drinking and something. Stanton, I grew up in a very religious home. My dad was an imam. My mom was a missionary. So I came from both worlds. I know what Muslim men liked, and not forget about the fact that I know Kibi, but I know some of the things that happened, and I asked some specific questions about why the marriage was and no void, why he left the marriage. And I know that Muslim men are very particular about certain things. You have to be culturally sensitive. You have to be culturally aware of some of these things that are going on to know exactly what we are playing with. This woman clearly, these are clearly easy questions. I asked whether her grandmom had a nightclub in Paris. I asked about her personal background since we are all talking about, we got everything out there. And she refused to answer this question. Whenever she diverted and talk about Mandela drinks too, so I can drink too. That's what she was insinuating. The bottom line here is this man left this woman for a reason. There is no law in this world that say that a man forced to be with a woman that he doesn't want. In France, like in any other country, I've been to Gambia before. There are some things that I don't even want to say about my religion in Gambia. Whenever there is abandonment, that is automatic. That is enough ground for a woman to be granted divorce. Whenever it has to
So,
do with abandonment. So if she
so,
wanted
so,
divorce, she doesn't need a two-party. She can go and
okay.
get her divorce. That is what she
So
wants.
Fadiga again, like
This
I will always
all
try
this
to correct you. When we bring the guests, let ask the question, let them answer, and we'll make our conclusion. So let's
No,
go
but
back
that
to
why we
Madam
get
Sadio.
educated people. We can do research. We
Let,
know what is it.
let,
Uncle
let,
Sam
You want me to
can
reach
agree with
out to
that.
her?
can you reach out to her? Because I mean, it's about 12 minutes now since she went to look for marriage certificate. We got to have this show. The folks want us to have this show. Can you come on and show Yakazi? Let's take few calls and see how people are following this story, and then why Fatima reach out to her, please. I think she's still trying to find the form or the marriage certificate. It is important, folks, for us to know who signed on it. Okay, I think she's back. Oh, she went off again. You don't want calling her for she's back. All right. All right. Are you back
Yeah, I
with
don't know
us,
if I have to go out
Madam
again.
Sandra? Are you back?
Yeah, no, it's...
He bullies you. He bullies you.
Can you please tell him to
Hello?
be
Hello?
yeah, can you please tell him
I
to be
can't hear.
quiet, please? Can you tell the
Hello?
gentleman to be can you tell the gentleman to be quiet, please?
Yeah, let me try to call. No, no, I'm not going to talk about a certificate that's not in front of me.
Oh, she's calling me. Help.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, I'm on connected.
All right, folks, there you have it. We're still making progress. It's interesting, right?
Uncle Sam,
Yes.
I just wanted
Is
to
she's
ask you a
coming
quick
back? No,
question.
hold on 1 minute,
She's
Fatima,
coming.
please. Fatima, hold on 1 minute, please, guys. Let them do things in order. I beg you guys. Madam Sergio, are you okay now? Are you with us? You are muted. Can you unmute? You are muted. Can you unmute?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Can you hear
Oh,
us?
perfect. Yeah, I'm just having to fix my phone like so it doesn't fall. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay,
Thank God.
good. So
So
let so
I'm so
hold on
sorry
1 minute.
about I'm so sorry
Hold on
about
1 minute.
no
Madam
no
Sergio,
so
hold on now. Madam Sergio, hold on. Let's go back to where we left out, please.
yeah, but I'm sorry
Again,
about that. It took some time, but I don't want to talk about a certificate that's not in front of my eyes because I don't want to talk about something is not in front of my eyes that I can see. So when I'm telling you something is correct. Yeah, that's why I rather it takes 10 minutes, but now the document is in front of me. Yeah.
so Madam Sergio,
Yes.
again, I told you, you have someone sitting by you talking, please. I don't want your private info or conversation to come on the show. If you're ready to speak, just mute yourself.
Yes.
Because when he says something, it will come on the show.
Okay,
Okay?
perfect. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So now let's go back to the form and the certificate. Which one you want to share with us tonight?
The form I told you already, I don't have it. Is in the tribunal, in the court. Where
Okay.
you go to get married, they give you the form that you fill in. Nobody has it. No one in Banjul has it.
Thank you.
Okay?
So you don't have the
So I'm not
form,
going to
but
talk
do
about
you?
that form again. What I
So,
have is the marriage certificate. If you want, I
okay.
can tell it in French and you have somebody translate it.
No,
I
hold
have
on
a
1
marriage
minute.
certificate.
No, hold on 1 minute,
Certificate de
please.
mariage.
Yeah, so hold on
Okay.
1 minute. So let's just get it straight. You don't have the form because nobody leaves the courthouse with the form.
No.
Okay. The only thing you have is the marriage certificate.
Yes.
Okay. On the form, I asked you before, and please help us understand who signed on the form.
My God, I think it's gonna. Which are you talking now about the marriage certificate or the form?
No, I'm
The
not.
form I told you.
I'm asking you for us to go back because we're going to do this one step at a time,
Yeah,
Madam
on the
Sandra.
form you asked me already before. Even I went to look at to look for the marriage certificate. On the form I told you already that it's Kibe and me that signed it. You know,
Okay.
so
So you say you and Kebe signed on the form?
yes, of course.
Okay, I'm not pushing you. I just want to
So
know.
we're not
But
in court. I mean, how many times are you going to ask me this question? You've asked me already before
I
I
can
went to
ask
take
you
the
the
document.
question as many
You
times
told me
as I
that
want. That's
you have
why,
my marriage certificate.
Madam Sergio, I
I
can
mean,
ask you the
it's not
question.
very fair right now because you asked
Ma,
me a
ma,
question. I've replied
Madam,
many times on it.
Madam Sergio, it will not be fair because this is a talk show. It's not
So
something that you want to hear or you want us to ask you.
no, but
So
I don't have
allow
a
us to
problem.
ask the question. You said earlier that it was Ambassador KB's friend that signed on the phone, and it wasn't him. You said that.
Which friend?
I don't know which friend.
I told you that Ambassador Kebe has a witness, and he's his best friend. And
Yes.
in court, he will be called. If we go to court, he will be called as the witness to testify that he witnessed this marriage.
So again, I ask you, after the wedding, when was the wedding, Madam Sergio?
When was the
wedding? You and
I told you already,
KB's
8th of
wedding.
May. 8th of May. I sent that document on Spoon. I sent the
What
document
year?
with
What
2015.
2015, 8th of May. When you guys went to the court to sign on the form for the certificate, when was that?
On the 20th of May.
On the 20th of May 2015?
I'm sorry?
On the 20th of May 2015?
Let me see, when was the first registration? So I don't tell you any craziness. So the first registration, okay. Oh God, it's gonna be like, let me get this.
Aaron won't remember her marriage date.
Hey, Fadika, you was part of this thing. Let's give the woman a chance to answer.
All this registration,
please.
and these things are since 2015. So I'm going to answer to every question he tells me. So he wants to know which date it was registered. I'm going to bring it to know.
Thank you. Let's give the lady chance, please. I beg you guys.
So, Fatima, what question you wanted to ask me?
That in every divorce, if you guys have asset and children, it's difficult to divorce. It can just not be annulled, or it can just not go like that. Because of asset and children, precedents have to be made and assets have to be divided. So that's what happens. It happened to me. That's how I'm talking about. So if you don't have children, they got even in America, they got $399 divorce. If you don't have no children, no asset, you're just
uncontested divorce.
Uncontested divorce.
Yeah, uncontested divorce.
I think she's contesting something.
Uncle saying the woman said the man don't have no house, don't have nothing. She denigrated the same man, and then
I'm just saying, if somebody, but they have children. Even if it's
so guys, why are we doing this? We still get a woman as a guest. We can't be doing this. No, we cannot do this.
Thank you, Stanton.
No, we have to ask the lady question.
Yes, doesn't give her the right to call.
No, it's not. No. You're not being fair. No. You keep your opinion till after the show. I'm begging you. No, Fadiga, it's not right. But I'm Sergio. Again, please. So our question: what year were the forms signed?
Okay, I'm here. I have the original document in front of me that I'm not going to show you the fake, but the other side. So our registration date was on the 25th of May 2015. 25th of May.
Okay, I'm asking you a question, Madam Sergio. Please. Yeah. I'm not trying to irritate you.
No, it's fine. You're not irritating me.
Thank
it's just
you.
that we're not going to go on this for 1 hour because we're not like in some. You're not.
No, Madam Sergio. Allow me to ask my question, Madam Sergio. Let me direct my question. Let me ask my question. The form that you just show up and say you have the original
document. It's not a form.
document.
It's a marriage certificate. The marriage certificate in Banjul has several pages. It's not only one page. It's different pages.
So let me understand you. What you have in your hands right now is the marriage certificate, correct?
Yes, 3 pages.
Okay. Yeah, hold on now. And that marriage certificate from which country?
From Gambia, Banjul, where we got married from the video I sent you. With us getting married. From
Gambia. Okay. So again, let's go back. We got to set the record straight. You got married on the 15th of May, 2015. Am I correct?
No, on the 8th of May.
On the 8th of